Greetings, Mech Warriors, and welcome to This Week in Comp for the week of November 11th, 2024. Last weekend were some pregame exhibitions organized by Mokkor and, of course, the grand finals of CS24. Before we get to the outcome, let's take a look at some of the action. First up, we've got a clip from Mokkor's pregame show here. This was two teams of streamers and other community members just going at it. And here we've got the Irby Derby push. Look at all of these trash cans just funneling through. It was a pretty devastating push all around. But man, we all had a great time on this. You can't lose seeing that many urban mechs just rounding a corner like that. So much fun. I hope we see this again next year. All right, next up, we are looking over to DSC versus Viles match on Bog. Vigilance here, using those beam lasers. They're up 2 wins, and we'd have Stimrog the Capper over here on the Darksea Corsairs. You'll see him in that Spider 5V there along the corner. And watch him try to take this point, and immediately, I don't think any cap time was gained, or it is just the fractionist of a fraction of a second there. So we're trading with that beam lasers go. Vigilance holds that point. There's some trading that's going back and well, but they deny Stimrog in a Spider 5V from that point until about the 12-minute mark. That is a little over 2 minutes of preventing that cap from a Spider 5V. Well done to Vigilance. That is a wild cap denial. Well done. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the Terra Therma match. Vigilance up 3. At this point. Now, take a look at the mini-map is where I want to look. Look between Sigma and Epsilon. See that red dot? That's Captain Leprechaun in a flea. And the 2 of the mechs that he is between, we've got Stimrog on Epsilon, another mech on Sigma here. They are streak boats. So the Captain Leprechaun, the flea, is in a problem here. So Stimrog setting up, tucked in behind the rock, making his move too late. Captain Leprechaun going up the ramp, just passing each other in the night. Stimrog making that turn to run, but there's no way that Kit Fox is going to catch the flea. Captain Leprechaun gets away. Now the cap is, they don't flip it, but wild. Captain Leprechaun, by all rights, should have dropped there. Well done on that one. And finally, the final standings of the 2024 competitive series. Out of a best of 7, Vigilance swept the Darksea Corsairs 4-0, meaning we didn't get close to going all the way to 14. Still an excellent match to watch and a heck of an ending to this year's tournament. Well played to all top 12 teams and all 100 or so teams who competed in the comp queue this year. Rewards should be injected into accounts on one of the next few patches, but don't quote me on which one, or even really if that's still the procedure. That's just what it was last year at the very least. Speaking of rewards, let's take a look at the final prize pool. We ended at $37,545 for our top 3 teams, minus a small percentage for officials and casters. If my calculations are correct, each pilot on Vigilance is allotted about $2,000, which is significantly up from last year. Well done to everyone, and I hope you enjoy those fancy mechs and those fancy dollars. As I teased last week, the winner for the Champion's Choice cockpit item, which if you missed last week and don't know what I'm talking about, that is a special cockpit item seen here, which is awarded by the officials to the pilot that they have determined has most embodied the ideal player throughout the top 12 tournament. The official or officials on call assign 3 points to one player, 2 points to another, and 1 to yet another, according to who best demonstrated use of their mech to turn the tide, their prowess in contesting the enemy, causing them to falter or otherwise interrupt their function within their team, supporting their teammates, demonstration of the fundamental game skills, and of course playing by the rules and demonstrating good sportsmanship. This year, the prize goes to Monk Gyatso from the 10th Lyran Guards Revenants. Congratulations! Fun fact, In no match did Monk get the full 3 points, but won through the consistency of their actions. Additional recognition, though no cockpit item, goes to JBV and Chickenman919, who tied for second, and Chimera, Captain Leprechaun, Lizzie, and Andalard, who all tied for fourth. Well done, everyone, and keep it up. For stats this week, let's take a look at the overall numbers. Including the invitationals, there were 86 games played, 818 mechs killed, which incidentally is about 60% of the fielded mechs, about 2,160 components destroyed, and interestingly, 6,130 team damage dealt. That's about 71 points per game. Looking at our most used chassis, our top 5 are, to no one's surprise, the Shadowcat, Stone Rhino, Executioner, Viper, and Flea. And looking at the top of each weight class, we see some clear winners. The Flea and the Osiris for lights, the Shadowcat and Viper for mediums, Crusader, Hellfire for heavies, and by far the winners of the Assault class, the Stone Rhino and Executioner. Though it is worth mentioning that the Bull Shark was only available for the last 2 weeks of the tournament and were used to great effect. So I suspect that had there been more time with the chassis, we'd have seen more of it. As for what's up next, there's no more matches this year. Be on the lookout for the Inner Sphere Coalition Tournament, or ISC, which is in its 7th season and should start at the beginning of the next year. If you're not sure what that means, ISC is a 6v6 Inner Sphere only tournament. This is one of the most popular player-run tournaments, and there's historically a whole bunch of divisions based on skill levels. So, if you're new to MWO and want to get a taste of comp, or if you're an 11-year veteran or who hasn't gotten around to it, or generally think you're not good enough for comp, I would encourage you to join up. There's a division for every skill level, and I have watched a number of teams and pilots improve their gameplay drastically just by getting in on the action and learning from this awesome community. I mean, look at the top 30 or so from this tournament. A lot of them came from the lower divisions of these teams and grew throughout the year. If you want to join up, just check out the Discord linked in the description and poke around and maybe drop your name into player recruitment. Also, if anyone out there might be interested in casting, we need more casters for these player-run tournaments. With matches in the double digits each week, there's more than enough casting time to go around. Maybe you would even like to cast Worlds at some point. This is a great place to cut your teeth, get your cast set up, and get lots of practice. If you're interested, drop a post in the Discord, or you can email me at the address in the description, or send Ivor or any of the other green names in the Discord a DM, and we'd be happy to help you get set up or at least get you pointed in the right direction. And that'll do it for this week in comp. The show will be going on hiatus until there's news, which should be the ISC announcement, unless anything comes up between now and then. Keep an eye on the MWO Comp Discord announcements channel, or you can subscribe here or to the This Week in Comp playlist. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for playing. I'm Ivor, and I hope to see you on the field.